Hi, let's talk a minute about how you're going to prepare for this research paper and essentially the plan you're going to come up with. Obviously, this textbook is written as if the person was not in a course where things were laid out strategically for them. But we're going to talk about how you go about composing a research paper from generating a topic until it's actually turned in. Um, Really, the thing that I want to stress to you right now is how important it is for you to establish a schedule. And I don't mean a schedule according to these bullet points that are listed here on the screen, but what is going to be your schedule for accomplishing the amount of work you have to do in a Comp 2 course. So, I have helped you lay out which week you're going to come up with a topic, and then how you're going to develop your thesis, and then in a couple of weeks you'll have an outline and fill in that outline, and then a week after that you'll be working on your draft, and then you'll have a week where you revise your draft, and then finally you'll turn it in. So I have established for you through the layout of the course your schedule. But the big question for you is, what is your schedule going to be every week to accomplish each of those tasks? And again, as we have been saying, you've got to keep remembering what's your purpose, who's your audience, what's your genre, what's your stance. There is a lecture for you on this teaching page about coming up with a topic. So in most cases, if you were writing a research paper for any class, you would want to choose a topic that interests you. And in the case that it's assigned, you want to make sure you understand it. Now, if you feel like you don't have a good handle on what you're writing about for this course, I need you to let me know. It's been explained in a number of different lectures, but let's clear that up now because you can't afford to get behind. Determine if the assignment asks you to analyze, compare, evaluate, summarize, argue. You're really doing all of that in this argumentative paper. Narrow the topic. Hopefully you will have that narrowed down by the time you brainstorm, and think about what you know about your topic. And again, that's part of the brainstorming process. What do you know in your career field about this controversial topic before you ever go to do any research? Librarians and library databases save you time in the long run. Don't be afraid to go on campus and go to the library, because a librarian can be very helpful. The library databases, as I said in a previous lecture, are a surefire place to find peer-reviewed and solid research. When you go to the open internet, you run the risk of finding information that is biased, that is not valid, whereas a database you can trust. Librarians can direct you to relevant sources, help you choose the most appropriate sources, and please, please, please remember that Wikipedia is not a reliable source. I did mention in a previous lecture that you are welcome to use the bibliography provided on a Wikipedia article to see if there is anything valuable there, but you may not use Wikipedia as a source. When you think about doing your research, as I have said before, think about the keywords and have a visual representation of words used in the text. Websites can help you with this. Come up with research questions. Start with what, when, where, who, how, why, would, could, and should when you're trying to think of where to go to search. By the end of this week, you will have a tentative thesis that should guide your research. We will eventually create an outline. You will have an annotated bibliography. And please, this is so important, how are you going to keep up with your sources? I highly encourage you to print them out, photocopy books, print out articles online, make sure they're stapled together. Go ahead and bookmark your sources on the internet in case you lose your print sources. Please label everything. I mentioned this in a previous lecture. I highly encourage highlighting. It is so helpful. And eventually you will incorporate the information that you find into an outline. Keep everything. Have an online folder. Have a file folder. I cannot tell you how many students lose what they've been working on for weeks and they're devastated. Have it in multiple places. Good luck. Please let me know what questions you might have as we go along, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with.